We are finally ready to get going here in the second half, final half of play of the first round of the State A. Mandan facing Devils Lake. The Braves will get the ball first out of bounds. Trailing by 3. Eric Schmidt with the ball. Comes off the screen, looking for the shot. Thinks better of it.
Devils Lake starting in that zone, or excuse me, the man defense.
And again, it's Justin Johnson against Schmidt. Schmidt rubs Johnson off the pick. Great pass to Scott Tom.
Tom with 10 points in the ball game now.
Did you get that, Dan?
I got it.
Okay. Good catch from Dan Michaels.
Thank you. And an assist over here. Way to go, bud.
Justin Johnson brings the ball out of bounds, and a good point made at halftime. Justin Johnson and Eric Schmidt, just 1 point between them, the 2 leading scorers, but maybe exhausting themselves so much on defense, guarding each other. Schmidt comes up with a steal. Decides to give it up to Sam Bullis, who fortunately corrals it for the Braves. Schmidt just about threw it away, fires the 3. Too short. Schmidt, his first open look at the basket. Brady Schwab now brings it up for the Saints. Almost falls over his own feet there. Guarded by Chad Kincaid. Giramo into Cooper.
You know, I didn't think he was going to catch that pass. I thought that was even out of his range. But he went up and got it. We're going to see this again. Watch this. It doesn't even look like Kermit's going to be able to get this. He goes way up and grabs it. Brings it down, goes up, gets hacked on the elbow, and still makes it. Man alive, Kermit Cooper looking great tonight.
17 points already, a chance to make it 18 with this free throw. Devils Lake pushes their lead back to 4. Mandan crowd kept fairly quiet by Devils Lake throughout this game. Polis goes baseline for the bucket, count it, the blocking foul called on Kyle Herta. Thought for a moment they might call the charge. They have tended to call the offensive fouls this afternoon, but Sam Polis, nice move here.
Polis goes baseline, Herta trying to set up the charging situation, doesn't get it, gets charged, or rather he gets called for the foul for blocking. That's his second personal foul, and Polis will go to the free throw line for the Braves.
Polis, a junior, really missed the first half of the season after an injury. Ended his football season starting quarterback for the Mandan Braves before he went down with a broken leg.
We still haven't found out what the Greyhound thing meant. Is that his nickname or something?
If it isn't, it is now.
Okay.
We'll just call him Greyhound.
All righty.
Polis makes a free throw. It's a 1-point game. Devils Lake still in front. Mandan with the press now. Schmidt running all over the floor. Now he's back matched up with Justin Johnson. Johnson gets free, but they can't get the basketball to him. Kyle Herta now, hounded by Lance Geigel. Devils Lake really having trouble right now with the pressure defense from Mandan. It's in the backcourt. They say it was knocked away by Mandan, so possession still held by Devils Lake. Justin Johnson has not even been able to take a breath without Eric Schmidt being right on top of him. Cooper, the drop step move to the basket. Tipped away, and here's Mandan. So not a good possession by Devils Lake. Unable to get any kind of rhythm that time on offense.
Mandan looks like they've stepped up that defense just a little bit and really taken, at least on that possession, took Devils Lake out of their game.
Pull up jumper from Scott Tom. He's got a funky-looking shot, but when he is on, he can hit from anywhere. He now has 12 points in the basketball game. And sometimes this Mandan team looks like they're doing it with mirrors, but really, they've been winning lately just by adhering to the basics. Good defense, and it's carried in here in the second half.
Backdoor didn't work for the Satans, and here comes the Braves. Chance to improve on that 1-point lead over the Satans.
Eric Schmidt, an impressive basketball player. Not scoring today, but doing everything else for the Braves. Scott Tom, great pass inside from Lance Geigel. Timeout called by Devils Lake as they're going to try to get a grip on Mandan. They talked about halftime adjustments. They haven't worked yet. Mandan out in front. We'll be back.
Here it is again. This is Lance Geigel. Watch the sweet pass to Scott Tom. Tom goes up untouched. Beautiful play. Mandan really playing well here in the third quarter.
What made that happen? Kermit Cooper dropping off to help out for Scott Tom. You would think that Kyle Herta could handle Lance Geigel one-on-one, and maybe the coach would ask Cooper to stick more to Scott Tom. Good matchup one-on-one that we have seen, Tom against Cooper, and both of them leading their teams in scoring at this point. Devils Lake trying to answer Mandan's latest run. Ball thrown away, though, by Aaron Giramo.
And Cooper wanted a foul called on Tom and said he was getting pushed from behind. No call, though.
Been a game of runs. Mandan's latest run puts them up by 3. They were trailing by that deficit at halftime. Lance Geigel down low, whistle blown. Foul called from mid-court. Wait to see who it's on.
You know, it just seems like Devils Lake is kind of doing a little standing around, not quite as aggressive as they were in that first half. They need to pick their intensity back up.
That's what Coach Grappe said that they were going to talk about at halftime. He didn't like the way his team was standing around in the first half. But really no change here in the third quarter. Scott Tom scores, but there will be no basket. Foul called inside on Lance Geigel away from the basketball.
Now, on the opposite end, when the ball was lost in the turnover, Kermit Cooper wanted a foul called on Geigel, or Tom rather, didn't get it. That time he got it on the other end.
Geigel's second personal foul. Really nobody with more than 2 fouls. Nobody in foul trouble for either team here in the second half. Brady Schwab looks down low to Cooper, can't handle it. Now the ball tied up. And that'll stay at that end. Mandan basketball. Schwab for a moment had Cooper wide open on the blocks. Cooper just maybe anticipating that he had a clear path to the hoop.
Devils Lake will retain possession of the ball with the possession arrow pointing their direction.
Schwab to inbound, looks for Cooper again. He leaps over Geigel and Tom, but can't get it to go. What a quick leaper he is.
He really gets off the floor fast. The minute he gets the ball in his hands, he's gone with it. Had him double teamed, though, and he couldn't get it in.
Doesn't even look like he really needs to bend his legs to get up. Just a real quick leaper.
What's your vertical, Dan?
It's about 2 inches.
Yep, don't mind.
Eric Schmidt with his first field goal of the game, if you can believe it. He has 3 points. He averages 19. Puts Mandan up by 5. 2-inch vertical, but it also takes me a full squat to achieve that. So he's never much of a leaper down low.
The ball is called on Sam Pullis, number 22.
Most guys shoot the J, shoot the jump shot.
Yeah.
They always used to say that I shot the H.
The H?
The hop.
The hop shot.
Hey, we're going to hop into a break now. Mandan leading by 5. Devils Lake still searching for answers. We'll be back with more. Welcome back to the Minot State Dome in Minot, North Dakota for the first round of the Class A State Tournament. Devils Lake against Mandan, looking for that final spot in the semifinals. Winner of this one will play the Grand Forks Central Knights tomorrow night at 8:15 right here on the Meyer Television Network. Right now, Mandan up by 5. Full court pressure now by the Braves in their white uniforms. Devils Lake in red. This is Justin Johnson with the basketball. He has yet to score. He averages 23 points a game for the Saints, but Eric Schmidt has shut him down. Foul called from up top. Got to be on a Brave.
And it was called on Mike Ogg. The second personal foul on the 5'10 senior guard.
Neither team in the bonus yet in the second half. We are inside 4 minutes left in the third quarter. Kermit Cooper with another bucket. He now has 20 points in the game.
I thought he was going to jam that one when he turned around. He didn't have anybody around him. That would ignite the Devils Lake crowd and get the Satans back into it if Kermit were to get loose and slam one in.
Eric Schmidt on the drive, but he just can't get it to go. It bounces off the back iron. Cooper another rebound. So here comes Devils Lake. Down by 3, but seizing the momentum. Johnson really wants to score. Goes baseline. Scott Tom, the block from behind.
Beautiful block by Scott Tom. Normally not a good move to make because you get a foul called so easily on you, but it was nothing but ball for Tom.
But Justin Johnson got to be thinking to himself, what can I do to get on the scoreboard? Got to help my team. Scott Tom inside over Cooper, too strong, and there's Cooper just almost nicking the rafters here at the Dome for another rebound. Here's Johnson again. Geigel with the steal. Off Kermit Cooper's hands. If I have seen a weakness in Cooper's game, it is his hands in this one. He has had trouble handling the basketball a couple of times, but otherwise dominating this contest and keeping Devils Lake in it. Eric Schmidt with the ball. Everything has run through him. Scott Tom to Geigel. Backdoor to Scott Tom.
Oh, that was sweet.
You could see that coming as soon as Tom made the pass. The quick cut, and he turned Cooper around just like a defensive back on a good move by a receiver. Geigel, his second assist to Tom in this half. Cooper, though, boy, nobody even tried to guard him.
So far, it's been the battle of Tom versus Cooper.
So smooth. Kermit Cooper with 22 points in the game, and I don't think he's had to take a shot from more than 2 feet away from the basket. So smooth around the hole.
That's why he's got an over 60 percentile effectiveness from the floor on his field goal.
And still with the 3-point lead, though. Looking for only their 11th win of the season. Schmidt pops it out to Tom. Schmidt leaning off the glass, but Cooper's right there. Boy, if you get any kind of a roll off the rim, Cooper is right there.
And he seems to stay up in the air for about a 20-minute span.
Well, he may be the best high school jumper I have ever seen.
He is amazing. Check those tennis shoes for some springs or something. Man.
It's always the exciting thing about these tournaments. The people in the West get to see the East teams for the first time, and vice versa. We heard that Cooper could jump, but and you get the feeling, Dan, that right there in that replay that's not even his full extension.
Some have said that they've seen him take rebounds where his elbows were up at the rims.
Kyle Herta inside, can't get it to go. Cooper jumps up and misses the tip. Ball tied up, and that'll go to Devils Lake. Man, he's everywhere.
Yeah, he is. I think it's going to go to Mandan, actually, Dan, yeah. Did you get the feeling in that last time out that Coach Grumpy told Kermit, you got to get in the game, you got to step it up?
He has been the star for the Saints. As you can see by the time on the clock, lower right-hand corner of your screen, inside a minute left now. In the first half, Mandan tried to run the clock down in a similar situation before the half and go for one shot. It appears to be what they look to do here. Content with the 3-point lead. Who would have thought a month ago that the Mandan Braves would be in this position? "20 seconds left now in the third quarter.
And here we go.
Watch for them to get the ball. Scott Tom break it down the middle. Or Sam Polis for the 3. Only 2 seconds left now. Avey's going to have to shoot it, and he hits it at the buzzer. Oh, my. Shane Avey scores at the buzzer to give Mandan a 5-point lead after 3 complete. 1 quarter left to play to decide who will be the 4th and final team in tomorrow night's semifinals. We'll be back with the final stanza.
Well, the Mandan cheerleaders have a theme, bad boys with an attitude, and number 44, junior Eric the Bloodhound Schmidt. Mom and Grandma are sitting right above this sign. What do you think of this little idea?
Who knows, speechless. Huh? Ask me after the game if you want.
Oh, okay. Mom and Grandma are pretty intense over here, though.
Yeah, doing a real good job.
So far, so good. Okay. Well, you two bloodhounds behave over here.
Okay. Hi, everybody.
Well, I think we figured out where Sam Polis' Greyhound nickname came from. Good work, good journalistic work by John Eggers.
So Eric Schmidt is the Bulldog and Polis is the Greyhound?
Apparently, that's the information we have at this point, Ken.
So do they go out of the canine area to offer nicknames in Mandan, or is it just all canines?
New to me. I know this.
We'll work on that.
I know this, though. They were the underdog coming into this game, but they lead by 5 in the 4th quarter. Foul is called. Thank you very much. Foul was called on number 55. Shane Avey's second personal. Avey, the man who hit the shot at the buzzer to end the third quarter to give Mandan a 5-point lead, and that's where it is now. Justin Johnson outside, gives it to Brady Schwab. Cross-court pass to Herta for three. Oh! Bottom of the net. Haven't heard much from Kyle Herta. He averages 13 points a game. That is his 5th, and he hits the big three. And the trend today has been close games, and we would not expect that to waver at all in this final game of the day. Eric Schmidt, a quick rest on the bench. He's back into the game now. He has done everything for the Braves. He has not scored much, just 3 points in the game, but he has absolutely shut down Justin Johnson.
Devils Lake now in the bonus. Next foul on Mandan, and they'll start shooting.
Inside to Shane Avey. Turnaround. Nice touch. Shane Avey has really shown me something here in this game. He has 9 points.
And now the Tom is sitting on the bench. They got to go to Avey, and he's really there for him.
Scott Tom getting a breather right now. Schwab goes baseline. A sudden burst of aggressiveness from him. His first points of the second half. Couldn't come at a better time. It's a 2-point game. Mandan still on top. Greg Lemke said this is going down to the wire. Looks to be that way. Eric Schmidt wants to pull up. Instead kicks it out to Mike Out. Back to Schmidt. Gets the screen from Avey. Now inside to Shane. He's done a good job in there this half. Can't get that one to go. Johnson, the big rebound, and then the foul by Shane Avey.
That'll be 3 on Avey. And we are in the bonus, so Devils Lake is going to go to the free throw line after every foul. Starting to denote a pattern on that Mandan offense, too. They seem to be feeding the ball to the inside on the opposite side that Kermit Cooper is found.
Really working the pick and roll, trying to get him to commit up top. The Braves shooting 52% from the floor after 3 quarters, and that's simply because they've been working it around and getting good shots. Justin Johnson, believe it or not, averaging 23 points a game, standing at the free throw line right now, looking for his first point of the ball game. He misses it. That was the first open shot he's had all night, and he missed it.
Braves have really taken him out of his game.
Still a 2-point game for the Braves. Of course, if you would have asked Mark Gropey before the game if he thought he would even be in the game if Johnson was shut out, he would probably say no. Cooper, the big block, but he's called for the foul. Boy, you know, a little demonstrative there from Cooper. He probably could have got away just tipping this out of the way, but he goes for the Sean Kemp block.
I knew we had to get something about the Supersonics in here before the day was over. Is Dan's home state of Washington. Lance Geigel goes to the free throw line. Kermit might have been sending a message with that heavy rejection there.
Well, he's got some fouls to give. Cooper, which is 2 fouls. Nobody in this game has any kind of foul trouble here with 6 minutes left in the contest. Geigel misses the free throw. Will try to make it a 3-point lead. Does not. Rebound by Schwab. Had Giramo streaking down the right side, missed him, and now the Braves in their press. Now Giramo gets the ball. Pulls up for 3. He's hit one already. He gets 2. Devils Lake jumps out in front. Aaron Giramo has been so quiet in this game, but both times he has hit huge 3-pointers when he needed them. So Devils Lake takes the lead. Mandan takes a timeout. Well, hey, they're getting pumped up here for the final 5:51 of this one. Devils Lake on the 3-pointer from Aaron Giramo just takes the lead for the first time since early in this second half. Now Mandan is the team trying to come back from a 1-point deficit. Eric Schmidt will inbounds the ball for Mandan, gives it to Mike Out. Mandan has kept themselves in this ball game and for most of the second half ahead in this ball game by being very patient on offense and working it around for good shots. Polis goes baseline on Johnson after the good pump fake, gets it to go off the glass, and he kind of froze Kermit Cooper there. with a little move as he was going up.
Cooper's pretty smart about not going for those obvious foul situations, though. He's a pretty smart player.
Mandan jumps back out in front. Kyle Herta with the ball up top. Schwab inside. Tom with the steal.
That was sweet. Tom sat back there and just waited for that pass to come into Kermit Cooper. When he saw it was coming, he cruised. Pass was already committed. They couldn't stop it. Great steal by Tom.
Greg Lemke was able to give Tom a breather here at the beginning of the quarter, but now he will be in for the duration. Ball swiped away by Schwab, but Schmidt gets it back to Polis, and now they have switched up. Johnson is guarding Polis. They've got Schwab on Eric Schmidt, who cuts down the middle, but Tom intercepts it. Traveling call.
Boy, they're going to say he traveled, but boy, if we can get a replay, I'm not sure if we've got a replay on this, but you're going to see Kermit Cooper. Watch Kermit Cooper get totally faked out by Scott Tom. Look at that. He's out on top. Tom went into the middle. He traveled with the ball, but man, what a great move by Tom.
I'm sorry, I may get cards and letters from officials sitting at home, but that was absolutely not a travel. He came down with a 2-footed jump stop, took one step with his left foot. Maybe there was some confusion because he and Schmidt were tangled up, but
maybe the move was just too good.
Tough call right there. Cooper now inside, tries to answer, gets Tom, loses the basketball. The Braves come up with it.
Wow, knocked away by Tom. I tell you what, Scott Tom is really playing a great ball game tonight.
Such a relaxed player as Scott Tom, never gets rattled. Sometimes has been criticized for being too relaxed, maybe a little too loose, but is really matured down the stretch. Almost gets the rebound there, but Cooper just will not be denied on the glass. Off the Mandan miss. Here's Justin Johnson. Boy, he wants to score. Off the back iron. Herta can't come down with it. There's Cooper again.
That quick release by Kermit Cooper to go up to the rim. Man, he is quick.
Out being hounded by Giramo. Gets it to Lance Geiger. Devils Lake playing man-to-man most of the game and having to come off all of those screens that Mandan sets. Both teams looking a little tired right now as neither team has been very willing to go deep into their bench.
There is no tomorrow, though. They got 3 minutes to pull out this game. Who wants it more?
Schmidt thinks about giving it to Tom down low. Foul called on Schwab.
They're going to say that Brady was blocking a little too aggressively there, and that's his second personal foul on number 4, Brady Schwab.
Timeout called. We're inside 3 minutes to play in this one. It's Devils Lake in front now by 1 as we look to find the 4th and final semifinalist in the State A tournament. Head coach Mark Graupe of the Devils Lake Saints in his second year as head coach of the Saints, a senior-dominated roster. This is really a chance for them to establish something for their program. Their first appearance in the state tournament since 1990, where they finished 7th in that tournament. They've won a few state titles in their history, but not since 1925, so it has been quite a while, and here they lead by 1, looking to advance to the semis. Ball thrown away. Eric Schmidt comes up with it, though. Great effort to regain control. Brady Schwab against him. Offensive foul called on Schmidt. Well,
he didn't think so. Here it is again. Schmidt driving. Schwab goes down hard, and they're going to say that he had position.
Almost a replay of the play we saw just before it. You give 1 foul to Schwab and 1 to Schmidt, and we're even. So Devils Lake with the 1-point lead. 2.5 minutes left to go in the ball game. The winner of this one will play the Grand Forks Central Knights tomorrow night at 8:15 in the second semifinal on the Meyer TV network. In the first semifinal, the Minot Magicians, who survived a scare from the Wahpeton Huskies today, they will play Fargo Shanley tomorrow night at 6:30 Central Time. There's Greg Lemke, head coach of the Mandan Braves. Sitting next to him, another Greg Amundsen, who has a little state tournament experience of his own, Dan.
Just a little bit with his, not only his team, but with his relatives as well.
Greg, of course, the head coach of the girls team who won the state title in Jamestown this year. Brady Schwab, clutch free throw, gets it to roll.
By the way, the foul was on Mike Hawk, and that was his 4th. personal foul that sends Schwab to the free throw line.
Schwab, a very quiet 9 points in the game, looking for 10. Doesn't get it. Schmidt the rebound. Schmidt only 3 points, but he has done everything else. Real leader for this team. Now it's a 2-point Devils Lake lead. Out, still in the game. Polis for 3. It's good.
Is that the first three-pointer of the game for Mandan?
It is.
Wow.
Polis really their only 3-point threat, although Schmidt can hit one. His first one there couldn't come at a better time. 47-46, Mandan leads. Cooper inside. Cooper, the follow. Foul call. Mandan clapping. Is it on Cooper?
Yeah, it is. Here's the replay. Cooper drives in on Tom, goes up. It won't fall. He goes up, gets his own rebound. Boy, I don't know. I think I would have called that one on Scott Tom myself.
Well, that was tough. He got mugged by 2 players, but they must have said that he fouled Schmidt on his way up for the follow. But Scott Tom doing a good job of altering his shot in the first place. Mandan retakes the lead. We're inside 2 minutes left. We'll come back with another thrilling finish. The Devils Lake Saints coming out of their huddle, trailing by 1 after it looked like they had jumped ahead for good a couple of minutes ago, but Mandan has fought their way back. They lead by 1, 47-46. You see the time on the clock, just 1:45 left in the game. Sam Polis, who just hit the big 3 moments ago, hands it to Eric Schmidt. Still being guarded by Brady Schwab. Now Geigel. Schwab slapping at the ball, but Schmidt pulls it down. Now they call the foul on Schwab.
Another blocking foul on Brady Schwab. I've got it for 3.
Still not the bonus though for Devils Lake.
Next foul it will be, though.
Schmidt inbounds it to Polis. Almost loses it, but there's Schmidt. Always seems to be there. Eric Schmidt does when the ball is loose. Mandan very patient. They've got the lead. No rush. Scott Tom and Kermit Cooper battling for position down low. Coming up on 1 minute to play in the game. Schmidt inside, knifes in and scores.
He left Brady Schwab on top of the key with that move. That was a sweet move.
A 3-point lead for Mandan. We're inside a minute to play now. Schwab to Johnson. Boy, does he want to get on the board. Johnson fouled on his way to the hoop. He will get another chance to score his first point of the game. Chance to cut the lead back to 1.
Fouls on Schmidt, his 3rd personal.
Look at that. A little nervous.
Come on, Justin.
They have driven all the way out here from Devils Lake. Their season hanging in the balance as far as getting a shot at a state title. Justin Johnson.
No points. I can't believe that. Still no points.
Get a roll.
What does he average? 23?
23 points a game, 7 rebounds. 0 for 2 from the free throw line today. He finally gets a point. Cuts the lead to 2. Ball, mad scramble, they call a jump ball, and it'll stay with Mandan. The possession arrow pointing their way. So it'll go back to Devils Lake now, and that could be huge. With 45 seconds left, if there is another jump ball, it will go to the Saints. Devils Lake getting ready to put on a full court press. Next foul will put them in the bonus. We'll give Mandan a 1-and-1. Mike out. 40 seconds left now in the game. Mandan leading by 2. Can they do it? 10-12 on the season. The number 6 seeded team in the West Region. They upset Williston. They upset Century on a last-second shot. Timeout is called, and we're going to have to wait to find out the conclusion of this one. You're watching the State Class A Tournament on the North Dakota NBC Sports Network. Well, here's the situation. The winner of this game moves on to the semifinals to play Grand Forks Central tomorrow night. Right now it hangs in the balance. Mandan, the Braves, with a 2-point lead over Devils Lake. 38 seconds remaining. Mandan's Mike Auk at the free throw line. shooting 1 and 1. Misses it. Cooper, another rebound. The Satans can tie with the 2. Ball tipped away, but Geramo runs it down. Geramo guarded by Auk inside to Cooper. Overland Skagolini score. 20 seconds remain. The game is tied. Plenty of time for Mandan.
Man, we've had some great games today.
Greg Lemke calling for a timeout. He's going to set up one last play. 12.5 seconds remain. Greg Lemke said it would go right down to the wire. It has. We'll be back with the finish after this. John Hegre was in the Minot huddle. John.
In the Mandan huddle, they said regular fist. They don't have a setup play, but Greg Lemke said a great thing. He said, don't move on your screens and get a dumb foul.
Also in the huddle, Greg Lemke said, after we score, hustle back on defense. A lot of confidence.
Time running out.
Only 3 seconds left. They got to get a shot up. Schmidt misses at the buzzer.
And we're going to overtime.
They took too long to get their play going. Schmidt was forced to throw up a tough shot. As you can see the frustration, he kicks the chair on his way over.
He did take too much time. It was 12.5 seconds to go, and I don't know if he took too much time or if the Devils Lake defense was just a little bit too stingy, but he couldn't get in the clear to put up a shot. Now, here's the question, Dan. Who does overtime favor, the Devils Lake Satans or the Mandan Braves?
Boy, both teams, neither team in foul trouble. Mandan, Mike Auk, reserve guard, has 4 fouls on him. I think both these teams are tired. Neither team has used their bench much. I think it's even. I think it's a toss-up. Dennis Wyman standing by. Dennis, what do you have?
Yeah, fellas, I think Mandan may have been a little thrown off there in that last 10 seconds. Devils Lake had played a man the whole game. They switched to a matchup zone for the final 10 seconds, and I don't think Mandan got the shot they were looking for.
Okay,
Thanks, Dennis
Wyman. Good observation. Great coaching move then by Mike Grope.
Kermit Cooper sitting now with 26 points and 15 rebounds in the contest. I think that the overtime, and we'll see how this plays out, I think the overtime is going to favor the Devils Lake Satans. I think they dodged a bullet by making that last basket, tying it up, sending it into overtime.